Okay, can you hear me now? Can you please tell me in the comments if there is sound now? Okay, so I have been doing a very clear analysis on GJ and on GU with no sound, which is okay. All right, so we can just go through this analysis very quickly again. All right, so I was just saying that this was a very good opportunity for us to join the sellers to the downside, right? Because these two candles, they represent a pin bar in the higher time frame, right there, right? So this was a previous resistance becoming a support here. Also, if you take a look here, let me just draw here. So this was the high, first top, second top, so that's a double top pattern, right? And after the strength of this candle, we could believe, okay, the price is just gonna keep coming down. But again, the price, let me just make it even clearer for you guys. So the price broke below this level, this previous resistance, and then it provided a pullback in rejection with that candle. Look at that candle, that pin bar, right? So enter at 50% of the body of that candle, stops above it, and take profit 2 to 1, right? Very straightforward. We don't really need, a very long list of different indicators for us to know what's going to happen or for us to have a high probability setup. All right, just key levels and market structure or a market specific pattern like the double top one or a breakout retest, pullback and retest, right? Okay, so this is what's going on right now. I think the news are going to be given within 9 minutes. So let's just wait. In the meantime, we can make an analysis here for GU. Right, so again, we have this key level and the price is right there. As you can see here with this candle, the current candle, the price is again reacting to that level, right? So it was a resistance before, support here. It was respected here. This is a false breakout. And as we saw before, this is a week, right? And now we have a couple of more weeks, which we're not able um, to close above that resistance. So now let's wait and see. For now, I wouldn't do anything in GU. Of course, for now, it looks more like a sell, right? Why is it a sell? Because of this. Look, breakout, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Higher high, sorry, higher low, right? So that's why I would have this type of bearish bias right here, but it wouldn't do anything right now. Now, if we have, let me tell you guys what I would do in this scenario. So for me, I would be waiting for something like this, which is a little bit of consolidation here. And if we get, that's not the one I wanted to draw. And if we get something very clear, something like this, right? Something like a candle like this one, and then a very clear candle that looks like this, right? Like a bearish engulfing candle, then I would open a position to the downside because that would be my confirmation for me to believe that the price is gonna keep coming down, right? Make sense? I hope it makes sense. All right, so let me take a look here. All right, so this is what's going on in GU. Nothing to do now. Let's just wait, especially because the news are going to be given. If it wasn't by the news, I think it would be easier for us to open a position. Now the news are going to be given within, some minutes, and then 30 minutes afterwards, we're going to have some big news again. So as of right now, we can just make a very deep analysis on these pairs. And later on, we're gonna be deciding what we're gonna do. Are we gonna open a position or are we just gonna stay calm and see at the charts what's gonna happen, right? Otherwise, if we open a position, most likely that position can be a losing one, right? Because of the news. Okay, so this is for GU. if we want to make a top-down analysis for GU, just increase the probability for analysis, let's do it, right? So from this perspective, we are in a very clear descending channel, right? Can you see it? This is a downward trend, and there were some good opportunities provided as well, which I think which were not taken. So look at this. This is a descending channel right there. Can you see it? A downward trend. So this is a very clear resistance respected here and multiple times here. This trend line, look, this was a massive opportunity, right? Very clear rejection of that trend line, very clear opportunity for us to join the sellers, right? Now, what's going on now? This is that's the resistance that we are reaching at right now, which is this previous lower high, and now the price is having a little bit of a reaction to it. I think the price is gonna keep going up, right? The price can climb and touch that level again. So that may happen tomorrow, right? Because as I was saying in the lower time frame, in the 30-minute time frame, my bias is bearish, and I already shared the reason why I have this bearish bias. Okay? But in the daily time frame, maybe tomorrow the price is going to reach this high, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Because for now, we can have two scenarios. We can have a little bit of a retracement, and the price keeps just, going up above this descending channel or descending trend. Or the price can just come all the way down and respect this descending trend again. So that's why we gotta wait for some specific confirmations. But for now, I think that in the daily time frame, the price is gonna reach this high once again. Now let's go to the 4-hour time frame and see what's going on. So if we go to the 4-hour time frame, the price is creating this little bit of a consolidation, right? Respecting this resistance, right? So the resistance is being respected, but still we just have higher highs and higher lows. Can you see that? We still have that specific trend structure. So when we have that, like higher highs, higher lows, look at this. For now, we still have higher highs and higher lows. So in this time frame, we cannot look for sells, right? We cannot look for sells, right? When are we going to be able to look for sells? Only if this structure gets broken, right? So if we get something like this, like a higher low or a lower high right here, then we can believe that the structure is going to change its direction. But for now, we're still looking for buys in the 4-hour time frame. Okay? Nothing, nothing to do in this time frame as of right now, unless you want to join the buyers because of this. Let me show you. So we had this very clear level, right? Which is this one. So it was a support here, resistance here, support here, respected with this pin bar, and the price went up. So if we go a little bit back in time, right here, for example, right there, you can see that this is a morning star pattern, right? A clean breakout, retest, and rejection. And then this very strong candlestick telling me that the price is just gonna keep going up, right? So you could believe that the price is just gonna keep going up from here, right? Look, that's the problem. So you could open a position like that, and your take profit would be this one, but your entry, well, I think this is just not a great idea. It's just not a great because this is a high and we don't buy highs, right? Also, it looks very messy in this time frame. So let me take a look here. Okay, so in this one, what I would do is I would just wait to have the confirmation that I'm talking about in the 30-minute time frame, right? So in this time frame, look, the price now is going up. News are going to be given in some seconds. Nothing. Okay, that's nothing. I mean, the news didn't create massive volatility, which is okay. All right, so here we have, this could be seen as a bearish engulfing candle, but it's not the bearish engulfing candle that I would like to trade, right? I would like the wick of this candle to be above the high of this previous candlestick right here, right? So this is not a bearish engulfing candle that I would trade, all right? But this looks like a breakout and retest, and that the price is just gonna keep coming down, as I was saying before, right? Lower highs and lower lows. That's what I was talking about that we should be waiting for in the higher time frame. So if we have a bullish trend and we have a change of direction, only until we have a change of structure, like if it's higher highs and higher lows, we gotta wait until we have lower highs and lower lows to be looking for sales or to be looking for a position that's against the previous trend, previous bullish trend. Okay, which is this thing, right? It's right here. So this is very strong bullish momentum, but then look at this, lower highs and lower lows. And yep, I think the price is gonna keep coming down in this time frame, in the lower time frames. In the higher time frame, in the daily, I would expect the price to come this low and then reach a new high. Okay, that's my bias for GU, and for now, I'm not doing anything because of the news. Okay, otherwise, a sell would look nice after this candle, this previous very clean candle. This one was an spontaneous candle. This one was not created by the news that were just provided. So um, with this candle, I would open a sell position, right? Something like this. Yep, something like this at this previous support. So this is a 2 to 1, risking 10 pips to make 20 pips. That's what I would do. But because of the news, I'm not opening that position. Okay. So this is what's going on with GU right now. Everything looks super bullish in the higher time frame, right? Look, in the higher time frame looks bullish. Okay. So yeah, I have this specific bias of the price just coming down, mm, and yeah, testing this previous support to go to higher prices. But anyways, let's just wait and see what's gonna happen. Normally the news they kind of destroy your setups. They kind of destroy the good trading opportunities unless you trade the news, which is not very likely that you can do it. I mean, I personally don't know anyone who can trade the news appropriately and make money without losing more of what they make. So yeah, I don't believe that trading the news is a good idea, especially for people who are learning. I mean, that's not a great idea. There are many things, many factors and reasons why trading the news is not a great idea, right? For example, just one of them is the spread. The spread that your broker is going to charge is higher. So if you're going to trade like a scalper, like the 5 minute chart, right? So if I'm going to trade the 5 minute chart and I'm looking to make, I don't know, like 3 or 5 or 7 or 10 pips, and the broker is going to charge, I don't know, 4 pips, then it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense because the money that I'm making, I'm not making money for myself, but for my broker. So that's not a great idea. I personally believe that trading the news is just not cool. Anyway, um, now the price is very bullish. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let's go to AUD USD, and this one provide another good opportunity this morning with this bullish engulfing candle, right? Can you see this very clean and clear level? Well, that was a great opportunity for us to join those buyers, right? So this was the price, right? Respecting and creating this resistance over here. Then we had this breakout, and then we had this retest. Multiple times the price didn't break below that level, this support, but it went straight up, it came down, and now look at this bullish engulfing candle. Can you see it? With that bullish engulfing candle, the opportunity was given for you to open a position to the upside. Stops below that bullish engulfing candle and take profit 2 to 1. Something like this. Let me show it to you. I didn't open this trade. I didn't do it. Not because I wouldn't have done it, but because I didn't see it. I wasn't at the chart. It was very early for me. Well, anyway, it would have been something like that. Enter at 50% of that bullish engulfing candle and take profit 2 to 1. So it would be something like this, right? So that's kind of the trade that I would have opened because of those specific confluence factors, which is the the key level in this specific candlestick pattern, which is a bullish engulfing candle in the higher time frame. That must be looking like a pin bar. Look at that. So this pin bar, this is a very strong candlestick pattern, which is not only a pin bar. Look, if we take a very close look at those pin bars, well, at those candlesticks, this candle is the outside candle or mommy candlestick, right? So this is an outside candle. This one is an inside candle, baby candle, or harami candle, and this one as well. Can you see? Both candles are inside the body of this mommy candle. So if we wanna draw here, look something like this. This is the high, this is the low of the mommy candle. And these two candlesticks, they are inside the mommy candle. But this candle, broke below the low of the mommy candle. And it retraced all the way up and it closed inside the body of this baby candle. Can you see that? It closed up inside the body of that baby candle. So that specific setup, this specific candlestick pattern is called a fakey setup. And that fakey setup is one of the most powerful setups, right? And as you can see, the price is just going up. So now that we are looking at the rejection of the broken level, which is an important level, and also the low of the previous or the outside candle or mommy candle, that's a very strong indication that the price is going to go in the opposite direction. So if it's rejecting lower prices, it's because it's going to go to higher prices. Okay? Well, anyway, I hope it makes sense. This is called the fakey setup. The fakey setup right there, it was given, it was provided in the 1 hour time frame. In the lower time frame, it looked like a bullish engulfing candle. Okay. Anyway, that was a good opportunity given this morning. I personally didn't take it. Now let's go through a top-down analysis. Now, Johnny is Gambin. If you want to post a chart, you can just take a look here. Look at this icon, which looks like a camera. You can just click there, and you can click here. I think copy link to the chart image, right? So you can copy that link, and I think that you can send me that link. And if you send me that link, I will be able to open the image like this one. Okay. So again, just click here and then copy link to the chart image. If you want to post a graph for me, a chart for me, I can give you a little bit of a feedback. Okay. All right, so now the price is gonna go up or is going up now. Let's go to the daily time frame and let's make this top-down analysis. Let me erase these levels, which are already too old. Okay, okay, so these are the daily levels. So how do I draw my levels? That's very important, guys. If you don't know how to draw your levels, I think it's gonna be very hard for you to spot the right entries. Okay, so how do you draw the key levels? It's not very hard, right? It's actually very, very straightforward and easy. Okay, so it's very, very easy. How do you do it? You just join the pivot points. That's it. Join the pivot points. Okay, so the more pivot points that you can get with one line, that's the better. I mean, that makes that line very stronger. You know, it's going to be a stronger line. So for example, if I erase my levels over here and I want to draw them all over again, I just need to know or spot what the pivot points are. Like this is a pivot point, this is a pivot point, this is a pivot point, right? This one as well, this one, look at this one, look at this one, right? Those are pivot points, look, those are pivot points. So now what I have to do is I just need to draw my lines in such a way that I join the most pivot points. That's pretty much it, right? Something like this. So with this line, I'm joining this pivot point with this one and this one as well. This line, which is joining this pivot point, this one, this one, this one, right? Look how many times it was rejected. That's it. That's pretty much it about drawing your key levels. There is no secret about it. Means there is not a secret, I don't know, recipe for you to draw the the best levels, right? Now, first of all, you go to the daily time frame and you take a look at the most important levels. And after you have identified the most important levels, then you go to lower time frames and see how the price reacts to the levels that you just draw in the higher time frame. Make sense? Guys, I know you know that English is not my native language, but I hope it makes sense. Okay, I hope it makes sense. So for example, I just draw this daily line, right? So what do I do when the price is gonna reach that level again? I go to the lower time frame and I look for selling opportunities, right? Or I look for some specific opportunity because the price is reaching that previous key level, and then I just need to know, okay, if the price is gonna reach a level that's very important in the higher time frame, that means that the sellers or buyers, they're gonna have a reaction. Okay, they're gonna have a reaction on that level. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be looking for a good opportunity in that level. And what's that opportunity? That's called a candlestick pattern, like the one that I just mentioned, the fakey setup, for example. Okay. Now, again, these are my daily levels. Let me just draw this one as well, because this is an important one, right? So those are my daily levels. So what do I do next? I take a look at where the price is at right now. So look, the price is here right now. That's not, I mean, I don't consider that an important level at all. It is not an important level, right? So what do I do here? I just go to the lower time frame, which is the 4-hour one, and see what's going to happen or what's going on right now. What can you see there? Well, very clearly, you can see how the price is reaching higher highs and higher lows every time, right? What the heck is that? Look, that was a key level in this time frame, right? Pivot point, pivot point, pivot point, pivot point, pivot point, pivot point, right? So higher high right here. I mean, this was a high, sorry. This was a higher low in comparison with this one. That's another important level. Look, pivot point, pivot point, pivot point, pivot point, right? So the price had a breakout and retest, right? Rejection, look at that bullish engulfing candle. The price went straight up. It created a higher high, came down. Look, another bullish engulfing candle, new higher high, higher low, higher high. That's it. So we just got, what the heck? We just got right there a very clean bullish trend, right? So now we have this previous resistance, a strong previous resistance. We gotta take a look at previous important levels in this time frame and see if the price is gonna reach one of them, maybe here, right? And then we're just gonna be waiting for a good opportunity to join the buyers and go along with them. Make sense? Guys, let me know if it makes sense, because if you don't let me know, I'm just gonna keep explaining in this way, all right? Okay, so now I'm gonna be just waiting for a good opportunity to join those buyers and just go long. Okay, so we'll just go along here. Okay, so now let me take a look here. Okay, so now we have this. This is a high, of course. Look at this bearish engulfing candle. When we have a bullish trend, again, what's a bullish trend? A creation of higher highs and higher lows. So when we have a bullish trend and at the end we have a very clear bearish engulfing candle, we can believe that that's the change of direction of the trend. Okay, that doesn't mean that the trend is going to completely change or it's going to move completely in the opposite direction, but it's going to be the beginning, it's going to be the beginning of the pullback or the retracement, like this one, right? So this is a bearish engulfing candle and the price is coming down, right? So this is the pullback. Now, this one might not be the end of the pullback. Maybe the pullback is just going to be, I don't know, down here before the price keeps going up. But as of right now, I know that this is the beginning of the pullback. Is it useful for me to know that? Of course, that's useful because in this bullish trend, I'm going to be looking for a bullish engulfing candle like this one, right? Or like this one. So if the price keeps coming down and right in down here, even though the price is coming down, right, creating in the lower time frame lower highs and lower lows, and then I have a bullish engulfing candle in direction of the main trend, which is this bullish trend, that means that that is my entry to join the buyers. Okay. All right. So now this one can be the end of this little bit of a pullback. So let's go to the lower time frame and see what's happening. So yeah, that's the fake setup that we were talking about. Okay, so in this time frame, the price, yes, it looks very bullish, right? You can see how the price is just going up. I would have opened that position. Yes, that's one position that I would have opened, right? Down here. Why? Because we had different confluence factors like the trend, the level, this very strong candlestick pattern, and a good risk to reward ratio. Okay. So anyway, right now it looks bullish, and I would be my bias is still bullish over here. Okay. So the news, I mean, more news are going to be given in 12 minutes. So let's just wait and see what's going to happen. Okay, so that's the analysis behind the USD as of right now. Look, this is how I do it. This is a pivot point. That's for me an important level, and I will be watching this level. So when the price goes up here, this is another level, this is another level. So let's say that the price does something like this. When the price reaches this level again, I'm going to be waiting for something, right? I'm going to be waiting for any type of reaction, right? Maybe a little bit of a consolidation period, maybe a breakout. And if that happens, I'm going to be waiting for the pullback and rejection of that broken level to join the buyers to the upside. That's it. I just need to know what my key level is, which is that pivot point, very strong pivot point. Okay. Now look at this. What I was talking about, the engulfing candle. Look, that's another bearish engulfing candle. Can you see it? This one over here. This one over here is a very clear bearish engulfing candle. So the price is creating higher highs and higher lows. And at the end of the trend, we have a bearish engulfing candle that changed the direction of the trend of the price, right? Again, is it useful for me to know that? Of course, because next time that I see a bullish or bearish engulfing candle that's in direction of the main trend, that's the signal that I'm going to be waiting for to open a position in that direction. So if I have something like this, which is what's going on in the AUD USD, and then I have this, right, like this movement, something like that, and right here I have a bullish engulfing candle, right, something that looks like this, right, candlestick, and then another candle that looks like that, then I'm going to say, okay, this is my entry, okay, and the price is just going to keep going up, right, respecting this upward trend. So that's the importance of knowing about candlestick patterns in trend structures. All right, so for now, not doing anything here, doing nothing here. This is another pivot point. The price is now having a reaction to it. Can you see it? So the price is having a reaction to this pivot point right now. So we're just going to be waiting to see what's going to happen. Either a little bit of a retracement. Look, this is a pivot point. So the price is either going to have a little bit of a retracement to the downside before it keeps going up, or the price can just broke above it. And if we have that, then I'm going to open this buying position over here. Okay, that's it. That's what I'm going to do if we have that. Of course, I'm not going to open a position after an immediate breakout. All right, this would be this would be a pullback and rejection entry, something like this. Breakout, pullback, and then I would open there. Okay. Now, that's the importance of trading in the same direction of the trend. Look, just imagine if we get this pullback and we get that rejection of this broken level in a massive, rejection, I don't know, a massive opportunity there. I would open this position, but then if I know how to handle it, the main trend, as we can see here, is very bullish. Look, this trend is very bullish. So the price can reach this high, right? That would be kind of a nice trade, right? Can happen. Of course, it can happen, right? Of course, it can happen. Why? I just made the whole analysis. Why, right? How would I handle it? I would just be moving my stop loss little bit by little bit. That's how I handle it. Yeah, the probability of that happening is low, right? It's very low because the motion is going to be there and there are some other important news going on in the market, maybe a huge spike that's going to hit your stop loss. So those types of, I mean, that type of trades are very, scarce. They don't happen frequently, but they happen, once a month or something, which is nice. When you can get a 10 to 1, that's very nice. Okay, or a 5 to 1, that's very nice. All right, so that's pretty much it for AUD USD. Just waiting to see what's going to happen. I would be going up here. And if we have a breakout to the downside, pullback and rejection, I would be going short here, right? So that's what I would do in the AUD USD. Okay. Now let's take a look at the Euro USD. This one actually had more of a reaction to the news, but I don't know because previously it was clear. I mean, this bullish um, movement was called before. Okay, it was called before. So look at this. This was a previous support. Look, this is another week in the higher time frame. Look, wicks rejecting this level. So this is a pivot point, and as you can see here, this is a bullish engulfing candle and a pin bar as well, rejecting lower prices. Okay, so I could believe that this is a pivot point, and for now I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen, how the price is going to react to it. Of course, with this kind of price action, So we just have 6 candlesticks worth of price action, which are telling me that the price is just gonna keep going up. Okay. So my bias is of course bullish here. Of course my bias is bullish here. Am I gonna open a position now? No, I'm not gonna open a position now. Why I'm not opening a position? Because of the freaking news, right? Because of the news. Within 5 minutes, we're gonna have more news. And if it wasn't by the news, yes, I would open a position here. And how that position would look like, it would look like this. It would look like that. Okay. Anyway, let's make an analysis as to why I would open that position or what am I going to expect after the news, right? What can we do or what can we expect after the news are given? So for example, within 5 minutes, the news are going to be given and the market is going to have a little bit of a reaction to it. But after that reaction, what am I going to do? Okay, that's when you got to go to the daily time frame because this time frame includes all the market participants, especially these ones, the ones that are going to create the biggest moves, right? So in this one, this time frame includes the movement of all of the market participants. So for example, at the end of the day, what's going on here? So what's going on now, it's a little bit of a exhaustion. Can you see here with this wick and this little bit of a dodgy kind of little pin bar, bearish pin bar? Of course, we still have 8 hours more to go, but for now, this looks bearish, right? And we're getting closer to this yellow line, which is an important level. Okay, so for now, my bias would be something like this. It would look something like this, right? Because we have this lower highs and lower lows structure, right? And we have this key level, so I would expect the price to reach that level before it drops. Okay, so for now, I'm not doing anything in this time frame, right? So I just take a look at this time frame to know where the price is right now and how can I join either the buyers or the sellers to go in the same direction and make sure that I make some profits, right? Following the bigger financial um, participants. So now let's go to the 4-hour time frame, and what we have here is we have a consolidation period. Can you see that? We have an order block right there. This is an order block. So we had this previous level, right? Look, this was a double bottom pattern right here. Breakout, retest, breakout again, retest, consolidation period right there. So now with that consolidation period, there is nothing to do right now. I mean, we cannot trade with this consolidation period. Okay? We cannot believe, okay, the price is just gonna go up or the price is just gonna come down. In this case, what we have to do, we just have to wait until there is something very clear for us that we have to trade it, right? So for example, we have this level, we had the breakout, we have this level as well here, which is this resistance, right? Can you see how the price is reacting to that resistance? Anyways, the price is now creating this order block. So what are we gonna do now? We just have to wait until we have a clean breakout of this level or this level. All right? So we don't trade inside the order block. We don't trade the consolidation period. That's it. Not in this time frame, of course. But if we go to the lower time frame, then we can look for some good opportunities. Because here it doesn't look like a consolidation period anymore. It looks more like higher highs, higher lows, like a little bit of a structure, like a sideways structure here, right? We can see how the price is respecting this resistance and this support. Okay, so for now we just have to wait. Okay, so the news are going to be given within some seconds. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, well anyway, for now we're just waiting for the price to pick a side. Okay, what are we gonna do now? So we have this support here, and we get this support, sorry, this resistance over here as well. So that is a key level, right? In this time frame. Okay, so this looks very messy, right? Very messy. What's gonna happen? Again, my bias is still bullish, but look at this rejection that we just had, right? But this is caused by the news. So anyway, look, this is a terrible, terrible market, very choppy market, right? But it's happening at the end of this bearish momentum, right? At the end of this bearish trend. So I can believe that with this type of consolidation at the end of this bearish momentum, it marks or it indicates the end of this bearish trend and the beginning of a bullish one. That's the reason why I believe the price is gonna go up, okay, in this time frame. Again, this is just a bias. I'm not trading to the upside. Would I trade? Yes, I would trade only if I have a breakout and clear retest with a clear entry for me to know what my stop loss is gonna be. Okay, so only if I get something like this, right, with a clear candlestick pattern telling me that this is a support and that the price is gonna keep going up, then I would open that type of position. Okay, makes sense? All right, so for now, I'm just gonna be waiting. And look, the news were given, and we didn't get anything. The price might just still move inside this consolidation period, this very choppy market, right? And if we get this clean breakout and retest, I'm gonna go long. How much am I gonna go long? I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm just gonna aim for 2 to 1. So if I can risk, I don't know, something like 4 pips, because these candles are very, very small, and this is Euro USD. My broker doesn't have any type of spread for Euro USD, so I would be willing to open this type of risk, which is kind of like 4 pips, to make around 8 pips, right? Something like that. Not greedy, okay? As long as I'm making double of what I'm risking, I'm very happy, very happy. So that's pretty much it for Euro USD. That's the analysis behind this pair. Okay. So guys, if you have questions, specific questions, or if you have a chart, just post it and we can provide a little bit of a feedback. Okay. I think that would be nice for us to have a little bit of an interaction and see other analysis, right? It's always good to see the perspective of a different trader. Okay. So the New Zealand, it doesn't look very different to the AUD USD, right? Doesn't look very different. It's also a bullish trend. We know that the dollar has been losing lots of value, right? So all those major pairs, I mean most of them, in which the USD is um, the base coin, right? We can see how the price is just climbing, it's just going up, right? Just creating and respecting this very specific market structure of higher highs and higher lows. So for now, the price is just creating higher highs and higher lows. All right, good enough, fair enough. So how can I make money with this type of structure? Very easy. I just need to wait for a good opportunity for me to open a position in the same direction. So for now, the price is just respecting this previous resistance, which is now a support. But look at the momentum to the downside. That's a very strong momentum, right? So it looks more like a sell than like a buy. I mean, it looks more like the price is going to have a breakout to the downside, okay? Still, we might have a push to the upside and the price can just keep flying. That can happen. We're going to make a top-down analysis to know what's most likely to happen. But as of right now, look at these previous 3 candles, right? So it seems that the price is just going to have a breakout to the downside. And if we have that type of breakout, we shouldn't be looking for buys, okay? Because that would be a lower low, lower high, okay? Rather, I would be waiting for sells like this, something like that. That's what I would do if we have a breakout to the downside. So if that happens, that's what I would be waiting for, or what I would be looking for, right? Breakout, retest, rejection of that broken level, and then I would open my position to the downside. Okay, this is a very conservative approach. Very conservative approach. Is relying on indicators a good thing? No, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. You gotta rely on price action. And if you know how to trade fundamentals, which is very unlikely that you know how to do that, not because you can't, but because it's very demanding. And personally, I believe it's not so useful. Um, it's not reliable to only trade based on indicators. I use indicators. Look, I use these indicators. These are the ones that I use. But as you can see here, I don't use them a lot. I just use them as a confirmation signal. Okay, confirmation signal. So for example, if I get this, let me just show you how this confirmation signal looks like. So look at this. Let me erase this. Look at this. This is a previous resistance now becoming a support, correct? Look, higher high, higher low, breakout, retest and rejection of this broken level, which was a resistance before. Now it is a support, correct? And also I have this 21 moving average and I also have this pin bar. So this was a massive trading opportunity, right? Why? Because this is a breakout and retest um, scenario. And also I have the trend in my favor. I have a candlestick pattern. I have a key level. And also I have one indicator, which is the 21 moving average being rejected. So I have multiple confluence factors. So I use the indicators only as confluence factors, right? For example, if I use the Fibonacci levels over here, look at that. I also see how this pin bar is rejecting the space between the 0.5 and the 0.618 levels, which is the most important level, right? So this was a massive opportunity, right? Look, this was at 4 p.m. my time, 4 p.m. Okay, so that was a massive opportunity. There were multiple confluence factors. Stop loss right there, risking 4 pips. The next resistance was this one. Maybe I would have be looking for something around 3 to 1, which is 12 pips. I'm not greedy, so 3 to 1 would have been nice for me, and I would have made that 3 to 1. So if I'm risking, for example, 2%, in this case I would have made 6% in just one trade. And that trend would have lasted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles, six 30-minute candles, which is 3 hours, right? So within the space of 3 hours, I would have made 6% of my account. Why? Because I had different confluence factors. Did I rely on the 21 moving average? No, I didn't rely on the 21 moving average or the Fibonacci levels. Those were only there for confirmations. I just trusted in my analysis of my pure price action analysis, which is the trend, the level, the candlestick pattern, the breakout and retest, right? Make sense? So the indicators, they are there only as confirmation signals. Okay, I hope it makes sense. What currencies do you like to trade? These ones. Most often my stop loss always hit before it's actually going up or down. Is there any tips for it? And can you give me tips regarding fake breakout? Okay. All right, so okay, so stop loss and take profit. Okay, first of all, you gotta know how to spot your stop loss. I mean, what your stop loss is gonna be, right? First of all, your strategy has to be clear about where your stop loss is gonna be located at. That's the most important thing. Okay, so where your stop loss is gonna be located at must be provided by your strategy. So again, let's go to the same scenario. This one right here. Okay, so based on my strategy, I would only I would only trade like this. I mean, my stop loss would be very clear right there. That would have been my stop loss. Always use a freaking stop loss. First of all, always use a stop loss. Okay. First of all, always use a stop loss. Now, where that stop loss is going to be located, well, it depends on your strategy. Okay, so for example, my strategy tells me that my stop loss must be here. Okay, do you have a strategy that's telling you exactly where your stop loss it must be located? So if you don't have a strategy that's telling you where your stop loss must be located, that's not an useful strategy. That's a useless strategy. Okay, that's an useless strategy, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, because you don't know how much are you gonna risk. Because if you don't know what your stop loss is gonna be, how do you know how much are you gonna risk of your account? For example, if you're gonna risk 2% of your account, you don't know how many pips 2% are worth, right? So for example, if my stop loss is this one, which is 4.6 pips, I know that my 2% of my account, they I mean, there must be worth 4.6 pips, right? But if you don't have a clear stop loss, how much are you gonna risk? I mean, how do you know how much are you gonna risk? Okay? And how do you know how much are you gonna aim for? Like 4%, 6%, or what? So your strategy must be very clear about how much you're risking and very specific about how many, not specifically how many pips, but where it has to be located. Okay? It must be very clear about that. So first of all, look for strategies that are going to tell you that. Okay, look for strategies that are going to tell you what confluence factors you must be looking for. Okay, so every trader, when they start trading, they look for a bunch of indicators that are going to tell them the magic entry, right? Like 11 or 12 indicators that are gonna tell you, okay, this is the entry, open your position now, this is your stop loss, this must be your risk, and you're gonna be rich in a couple of weeks. Okay, I'm pretty sure you have realized that that's unreal. Okay, I'm pretty sure you have realized that that's just lies. Okay, so by now, if you're taking a look at this live stream, I'm pretty sure you know that that's not true. I'm pretty sure you know that indicators don't work like that. Okay, so you gotta know where your stop loss is gonna be based on your strategy. For example, what confluence factors? Your confluence factors cannot be 12 indicators. Your confluence factors must be price action factors, like the trend, like the key levels, like the candlestick patterns, right? Like a market structure, like a market pattern, like a double top or double bottom, something like that. Okay, so your strategy must be very clear about that. So it must gives you a specific stop loss, specific confluence factors, right? It must provide you a clear idea of what your take profit should be, right? And if you have that, then you have a good strategy. Okay, so look for those strategies. That's my response. Look for good strategies, and if you don't have strategies, well, that must be the reason why the stop loss gets hit every time. Okay, let me take a look here. I just want to take a look at the market to see what's going on now. Look, it's very, very strong to the downside. So yes, I wouldn't do anything now. We'll be just waiting for a confirmation of buys or sells. Now it looks more like a sell, but again, it can just fly, it can just go up. Remember, we're just in the middle of the news, so nothing to do as of right now. USDCHF. Look, USDCHF looks massively beautiful. I love USDCHF. I love this pair. I love how it respects its levels. Look at this. This is a previous support, and look how the price respects that support. Look, this is a very clean breakout, and then I'm waiting for a sell. That's it. That's all. Look, this is a signal right there. Um, sorry, that's not the one. That's the one. Okay, so this is a very, very successful signal right there. Look at the market on the left. This is just massive. This is beautiful. When I have a retest of this broken level, then I'm gonna open this position. Okay, so I'm gonna be waiting for the price to go back, provide a rejection candle like this one, for example, but in the opposite direction, like this one, right? A pin bar. And if I get that, I'm gonna open this position to the downside, and this is gonna be my take profit. My stop loss is gonna depend on the candlestick pattern, right? Again, that's what my strategy says. That's what my strategy says. All right. Okay, so USDCHF, very clear movement right now. I'm just waiting for the price to go back. I hope it goes up. If it comes down all the way down, reaching this level, well, I think this analysis wouldn't be worth it anymore because I wouldn't have I wouldn't have um I mean we wouldn't have the retracement all the way up. Okay. Okay, so USDCHF now looks like that. The price respected a lot this previous support, went up, but it provided this breakout. So I think the price is definitely gonna keep coming all the way down. After this breakout, is definitely gonna keep coming down. Look at this. If I use the Fibonacci levels, right? If I do something like this, and if we get a pin bar rejecting that, we would have different confluence factors. Okay. So the more confluence factors you get, the higher the probability of your setup. Okay. Okay, so next question. Here I have fear of missing out. I have a thought process that if it doesn't retest and I lose the opportunity? Yeah, that's gonna happen several times. So that's gonna happen several times. I think if you want to lose the fear of missing out, just remember the market is gonna provide opportunities every single week of your life. That's it. Don't worry. If you missed one opportunity, another one is gonna be provided. Okay? So don't worry. It's okay. If it's I mean it might happen, I don't know, like 3 times in the same week. It may happen twice in the same day. So don't worry. I mean you have multiple pairs, you have multiple financial instruments, right? Like cryptos, you got stocks, you got Forex, you got indices. I mean, you got many financial instruments, so don't worry. Um, if there is a good opportunity, for example, like this one that I missed last night, like this one in GU, this is the one that I missed last night. This movement to the downside. I opened the position, I was at the charts, but it didn't get activated. I opened my position like that, something like that, and it didn't get activated. That's all right. That's okay. I mean, the market is going to provide more of those opportunities. Okay. Remember, trading is more psychological than anything else. Everything that I have been discussing today, you can learn it very straightforward, very easily, right? I even have a freaking course, a very freaking cheap course that explains everything, right? So you can learn that very, very easily. I mean, you can learn that in a couple of weeks. The question is, how quick are you to learn the psychological things? Because if you don't control your emotions, you won't be a good trader. I mean, I'm telling you now. Guys, I'm telling you this now. If you don't control your emotions, you won't be successful never. I mean, you will never be successful in trading. Okay? Never. So I think that's a question. Control your psychology, train your emotions. So for example, if I have, look at this, after this massive rejection, I would believe, okay, I think the price is gonna keep coming down, right? I think many people are in this trade right now, something like this. Oh, the price is gonna keep coming down, right? And the price keeps going up and it touches their stop loss. And then they believe at the end of the day, okay, trading is just an scam. I'm just not trading anymore. And they quit trading, which is what happens I mean, very frequently. Anyways, don't worry. Don't worry. I mean, if there is a good opportunity in the market and you miss it, that's it. There is going to be another one, right? There is going to be another one. So remember, there's always opportunities in the market, and the market repeats all over again in your charts. I mean, over and over and over again, over and over and over again. So if you miss one opportunity, well, it's okay. You can take the next one. Okay. So, for example, look at this one. This one would have been maybe a losing trade for me because this was a massive bearish engulfing candle, right? This one. So if I go back in time, look, this is a key level, and this could be seen like a head and shoulders pattern, left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. It is a strong bearish engulfing candle. I would have opened a position like this one, right? But then the price just did this. It would have been activated, and then it would have reached my stop loss. Okay, that happens. Okay, that happens. Am I gonna die for that? No, I'm not dying for that. That's because that's the reason why I just risk 2% in one trade. Because if I lose, I'm gonna lose 2% and I can sleep tonight. But if I'm gonna risk 30% of my account in one trade, just because I want to double my account with one trade, yes, that would be very stressful. So it comes down to risk management as well. Okay, so you gotta have a very clear risk management plan. So how much are you gonna risk per trade? How many trades are you gonna open per day? Look, guys, I think we're gonna have a good opportunity to short USDCHF. That would be very nice. Very nice. I think this is gonna be the trade of the day. If we get this rejection of this broken level, yes, I'm gonna open this position, which could be a 3 to 1. Okay, could be a 3 to 1. Let's wait and see. Um, so again, if you have fear of missing out, don't worry. I think that's the problem when you watch live streams of scalpers, right, in YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and you look for those scalpers that are trading, the 5 minute chart or the 2 minute or 3 minute chart, um, dude, that's very dangerous for your psychology. Very dangerous because you can see them making profits, in I don't know, in 3 minutes. I don't know, they made some profits. They never tell you, oh, I just made this much. I mean, this percent. They tell you, oh, I made, I don't know, $40, which may look awesome. But in reality, it may represent 0.1% of their account, which is nothing, right? But then you still think, okay, this guy made money and I didn't do it. So this guy is able to make money, but I'm not. So you start thinking I'm not able to. And you start thinking, okay, these other people have the opportunity to make money, but I can't. So you start filling your mind with negative thoughts. So in very incorrect thoughts. So you gotta be very careful about what you think, and that's the reason why you gotta be very careful on what live streams you watch. Well, anyways, I think it takes time for people to know that as well. Anyway, be careful of your psychology, be patient, mm, put very realistic goals. I mean, don't try to make triple of your account in a couple of weeks. I mean, that's impossible. Avoid looking for those people who are scammers who are gonna tell you, yes, you're gonna be rich in a couple of months. Do not look for those traders who proclaim to be rich, those traders who proclaim to be very profitable because you're gonna believe that that is the reality and that's not the reality. So attach to reality as much as you can. Well, anyway, I've been talking a lot about that. What time frames do you prefer to enter the market? The 30-minute time frame. That's my favorite one. Um, okay, so I think this is pretty much what I'm waiting for. I will wait for USDCHF to go up and reject this level, and then I'm gonna short USDCHF. That's the only one that looks pretty nice. So how do I use the indicators here? If I have a pullback in rejection of this level and the 21 moving average rejecting that level, that's my entry. That's just one more confluence factor. I'm not relying on the 21 moving average. I'm just using it as a confluence factor, as a confirmation signal. Okay, not as the entry signal. Okay, let's wait and see what's going to happen. Let's wait and see what's going to happen. As I was saying before, I still have this bullish bias in Euro USD. Okay, I still have this bullish bias. And yeah, let's wait. Okay. Right, guys. So I think if we get that, look what just happened here. The price is coming all the way down. This is GJ. Look. Oh, okay. Someone asked about false breakouts, right? Okay, so this is something like this. Look at these two candles. Look at these two candles. In the 2-hour time frame, they look like pin bars, but in the lower time frame, they look like a like a legit breakout, like a legit movement. Look, these three candlesticks. If we go back in time and we take a look at these three candles, look, those three candles, they look pretty legit, right? They seem as if the price is gonna keep going up. But again, if we go to the 2-hour time frame, we can see how they became just a wick, right? A false breakout, a fake movement, right? So look, this is another false breakout. This wick, can you see this wick in the lower time frame? Look, in the lower time frame, it might seem, where is it? Look, if we go back in time, these candles, look, this was the level. Let me just draw my levels over here. I want to make it very clear for you guys. Okay, so this was the level, right? And then we had this breakout. And you think, okay, this is the breakout, I gotta open my position now to the downside. But then what happened was that the price retraced all the way up and it started moving to the upside, creating a false breakout, right? So that so-called false breakout traps lots of traders and make them lose their money, right? So that happens very frequently, every single day actually, every single day. So in reality, what you can do is, I'm going to tell you something. You cannot know, I don't know how to stress this enough, but you cannot know when a false breakout is going to happen. Okay? You cannot know that. Maybe you can rely on the momentum of the candlestick. Yes, that's a good indicator, right? And I actually have a post about that. So let me look it for you. So I have a post about that. So yes, you can rely. Crap, I think I have to log in, right? Well, later on I'm gonna show you this to you guys. But anyways, you can rely on the momentum of the candlestick, right? For example, this one. This is a very strong candle. The momentum of this candle is very strong. So you can rely on the momentum of the candlestick to trade the breakout. However, it's not going to be very useful because yes, you can have a very strong candle, but then you can have another very strong candlestick in the opposite direction and you're going to lose your trade, your position. So my suggestion for you is only trade pullbacks and retests instead of trading the immediate breakouts. And in that way, you're not going to get trapped. That's it. Okay. So I don't trade immediate breakouts. I only trade the retest and rejections. For example, look at this level. Can you see this resistance here? It got broken and then it got retested and rejected with this bearish engulfing candle. And the price kept coming down, right? So that's what I'm looking for. Okay. I don't trade immediate breakouts. I trade the pullback and retest and rejection. and in that way you're not gonna get trapped. Okay, okay, so that's pretty much about false breakouts. Be careful about them. Just don't trade them. That's the best advice that I can give you. Just trade the pullback in the retest. Okay, so again, here in USDCHF, I really expect the price to go up and provide a good rejection of this level. And if that happens, then I'm gonna open this position to the downside. So it's still early in the morning. I believe we can see that today, maybe at 11:30 or something. Let's wait and see. If that happens, that's gonna be a high probability setup. Anyways, I think that's the trade that I will call for today. There is nothing else as of right now. Okay, nothing else as of right now. So guys, I hope this is useful for you. I think I'm gonna head up right now. Have a great day and talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, so be careful. Okay, have a great day and bye bye.